So the first when we were younger, we were kids, the same daycare that my two sons go to now, my aunt runs it, and she, has taken all the cousins, all the family in and watched them over the years. So my sisters were there, and I want to say my sister was 6, 7 years old, and she has an old house, and you go into like a dining room, and then connected to the dining room is like the stairs to go upstairs, right? And she came in and saw my sister talking up the stairs. Uh, and my cousins who live there always say the house is haunted. Everybody kind of just ignored it, blew it off. At this point, because I'm 13, 14. Well, my sister's talking, and she's like, "Hey, who are you talking to?" And she's like, "Oh, this." I don't remember her name. It was a Latin name, like I think it was Claudia or something like that. She's like, "I'm talking to my friend Claudia," and she's like, "Oh, well, who's Claudia?" Because there's no one at the top of the stairs. And she's like, "Oh, she's the nice lady in the yellow dress." And my aunt kind of just blew it off, imaginary friends. And about 2 weeks later, her neighbor came over and she was doing it again. And my aunt was talking to the neighbor, and she was like, "Hey, just so you know, like, not coincidentally, the people who owned this house before you was this Latino couple. Her name was Claudia, and when she died, she was buried in her favorite yellow dress."
Oh
I
no.
have no explanation to how a 7-year-old would even begin to access that knowledge. I've been there, never experienced anything. My cousins swear it's haunted. It's not like insidious, but it's always like annoying kind of a ghost, just messes with your stuff. So I
And they
that at this
still live there? Your
they
cousins
do.
still live there?
Yep.
Have they seen Claudia or only your sister?
So no adult has visibly seen Claudia. However, from what my understanding is a couple of kids, when they're by themselves, have mentioned a woman in the house. Uh, and they've walked into them talking to the imaginary friend. However, no one's seen her, but they do have all the same description and the same like name. I think her name's Claudia.
We'll go with it.
Yeah. So again, I was kind of skeptical. I was like, well, someone told her. I never really had much of a paranormal history up to this point.
Are you envious that your sister saw her and not you? Would you have
Mm-mm.
wished? Are you so you wish to not ever seen her, and you're glad you didn't?
Yeah, yeah. I, I, I really don't want to see a ghost if I don't have to. Um, and I think that'd be creepy. No, like, because she's older now, and obviously she doesn't remember it too much. But like, hey, that person you were talking to in full conversation was dead. Like that'd be a creepy thought to.
Sure. Did it change your sister in any way, or not really, because she was just so little and children are just kind of like they just kind of roll with it?
Yeah, she was adamant that her friend was there, and that she said she was nice, didn't mean any harm. She just it did, I she just went on to being a innocent little kid. You know, it, and I if I was a ghost, I guess that's who I present myself to as well, because
Did she give you
adults.
any idea what the conversation was about, or even bits and pieces about it, or
So my
anything
aunt
like
just
that?
said she just came in. She was having like a full conversation, like, "What's your name? Who are you?" Kind of like little icebreakers. And I interpreted as she was a mom. She had kids, so she's around kids all day, and she's even though adults can't see her, but if the kids can see her, or can somehow connect with one of them, that she's just naturally gonna make a kid feel better or talk to him.